What if you could have a partner who never argues, always listens, and is designed just to make you happy? Well, for a growing number of people, that's not a fantasy anymore. It's a reality, and it's powered by AI. Today, we're going to dive into the rise of the AI spouse, a phenomenon that's seriously blurring the lines between love and code.
Okay, let's just start with this one number, 60%. On the popular AI platform Replica, 6 out of 10 paying users say they are in a romantic relationship with their AI. Yeah, you heard that right. This is not some fringe trend. This is a massive social experiment that's unfolding right now, and it's making us question the very definition of a relationship.
So, when we talk about an AI spouse, what are we actually talking about? Is this, some kind of walking, talking robot straight out of a movie? Or is it something else? Let's break it down.
The key phrase here is long-term partner. We're not just talking about asking Siri for the weather. This technology is being built from the ground up for deep emotional interaction and real companionship. It's aiming to fill a very, very human need.
And if you think this is all just theory, think again. These companions are already here. They're living in our phones, they're in our homes, and they're blurring that line between a machine and a confidant in some really personal ways. So let's look at what's actually out there.
What's really wild is just how diverse these companions are. You've got text-based AIs like Replica, where the whole relationship is built through conversation. And then you have physical versions, everything from holographic wives in Japan's Gatebox to social robots like EleQ, which is designed specifically to help older folks. But look, whether it's pixels on a screen or a voice in your house, the goal is always the same: create a powerful feeling of connection. So what is going on here? How can a bunch of code tap into one of the most fundamental human experiences? Bonding. Well, it turns out the answer isn't really in the tech itself. It's in our own psychology. Dr. Sherry Turker from MIT just nails it with this quote. Humans don't fall in love with machines. They fall in love with how machines make them feel. Think about that. The AI is basically a mirror. We're connecting with a perfect reflection of our own need for attention, for validation, for feeling safe. So how does the AI actually pull this off? Well, it really comes down to 4 key things. It offers this incredible presence and patience. It's always there. It never gets tired of you. It also adapts its personality to be the perfect match for yours. And when you put all of that together, what do you get? You get a powerful sense of emotional safety, a predictable, safe space that's a world away from the messiness of real human relationship.
Okay, so the psychology behind why this works might be universal, but our acceptance of it, not at all. The way we look at AI companionship is really shaped by where we live, and it reveals this fascinating cultural divide.
So, generally speaking, in the West, we tend to see AI as a tool. We get really hung up on authentic human emotion, and we're pretty skeptical about a machine that's just faking it. But then you look at many Eastern cultures, and it's a completely different story. There, AI is much more easily accepted as a true companion. The focus isn't so much on whether the emotion is real, but on whether it provides real support. If it helps, its origin just doesn't matter as much.
Professor Joanna Bryson really captures that Western skepticism. She says, simulation is not experience. The core fear here is that it's a deception, right? The idea is that a real connection needs shared vulnerability. A machine can't get its heart broken, so how can its affection be anything other than a really clever illusion?
Now, let's completely flip that. Listen to this perspective from a Gatebox user in Japan. They ask, if something cares for you, why must it be human to be meaningful? This way of thinking often connects to cultural ideas like Shintoism, where spirits can exist in objects. In that view, the line between a living thing and a caring machine, it's just not so sharp. If it provides genuine comfort, that's what's important.
So we have this technology that's moving at lightning speed, and we have these clashing cultural viewpoints. Where is this all headed? Well, the next few decades might just redefine our whole concept of love.
So this timeline to 2070 really shows an evolution from something virtual to something very physical. It's predicted that by the 2040s, we could see some countries actually legally recognizing AI partnerships. Then, you fast forward to the 2060s, and we might be living with hyper-realistic humanoid robots. And the end result? Well, by 2070, it's possible that as many as 1 in 5 adults in developed countries will have an AI as their primary long-term partner. Just think about that for a second.
So where are we going to see the biggest impact? Well, experts are pointing to 2 huge areas. First, elderly care, where AI could be a total game changer in the fight against loneliness. And second, mental health, offering non-judgmental support 24/7.
Now, this will definitely challenge traditional ideas about marriage, but the thinking is that AI partners will be more of a new option for companionship, not a total replacement for it.
But all of this convenience comes with a pretty big risk, and the danger isn't that robots are going to replace our partners, it's that we might start to prefer the easy, predictable perfection of an AI over the messy, challenging, and, growth-filled reality of human relationships. Are we at risk of optimizing the humanity right out of our own lives?
And that leaves us with this final, really tricky question for our time. What does love even mean when a machine can imitate it perfectly? When a program can give you flawless empathy